Evil does not always announce itself with a roar. More often it whispers, it smiles, it walks beside you in the form of someone you trust. The most dangerous wickedness is not the kind that is obvious. It is the kind that hides in plain sight, wearing a mask of kindness, charm, and even love. Have you ever felt a deep unease around someone, but ignored it because they seemed nice? Have you ever been manipulated, deceived, or drained by someone who claimed to care for you? If so, you are not alone. Evil often disguises itself as good, and unless we are spiritually vigilant, we may find ourselves trapped before we even realize what has happened. The Bible warns us that not everyone around us is who they appear to be. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15 declares, "Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves." This is not just a warning about religious leaders, it is a truth about the world we live in. Some people, whether knowingly or unknowingly, serve darkness. And if we do not recognize them, they can lead us away from God, poison our hearts, and destroy our peace. So how do you know if someone next to you is truly evil? How do you discern the presence of darkness in a world that teaches us to doubt our instincts? This is not about mere human flaws. We all sin. We all fall short. This is about something deeper. This is about those who have embraced wickedness, who have chosen manipulation, deception, and destruction as their way of life. Here are 6 red flags that reveal the person next to you is not just toxic, but truly dangerous to your soul. If you recognize these signs, take them seriously, for your spiritual life may depend on it. Number 1, they distort truth and embrace deception. Evil does not present itself as a grotesque monster with horns and fiery breath. Instead, it whispers lies clothed in the softest silk, twisting reality until even the most discerning soul begins to doubt. The person beside you who smiles, who reassures, who speaks eloquently may, in truth, be a vessel of deception. One of the clearest signs that someone harbors wickedness is their comfort with falsehood. This deceit may not always take the form of blatant lies. Sometimes it manifests through the distortion of truth, the manipulation of facts, or the cunning redirection of blame. Satan himself is known as the father of lies. His methods are subtle, insidious, and often veiled in half-truths. Consider this. Has this person ever misled you in a way that seemed minor at first, but later revealed its devastating consequences? Do they twist words to control others, to justify wrongdoing, or to gain an advantage? Truth is sacred, and when someone makes a habit of violating it, no matter how trivial it may seem, this is not mere moral weakness. It is a revelation of something far more sinister. A person steeped in deception operates as an agent of darkness, knowingly or unknowingly carrying out the work of the enemy. They do not stand upon the solid ground of integrity, but wade through the murky waters of manipulation. And, what is more dangerous, they often do so without remorse, without hesitation, without even the flicker of a conscience disturbed. This is not just a red flag, it is a blazing warning sign from heaven itself. Let me ask you, my friend, have you ever found yourself doubting reality because of the words of another? Have you been gaslighted, misled, or manipulated into questioning your own judgment? If so, then heed this warning. Evil does not just work in the shadows. It often stands beside you, speaking softly, lulling you into complacency, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Number 2, they take pleasure in the suffering of others. Evil thrives where compassion is absent. One of the most chilling signs that the person next to you is not merely misguided but truly wicked is their reaction to the suffering of others. Do they smirk at another's downfall? Do they take delight in the pain, humiliation, or destruction of someone else? This is not normal. This is not simply a flaw of character. This is a revelation of something deeper, something dark. Throughout history, the most malevolent figures have shared one thing in common: a hardened heart. Pharaoh, in the time of Moses, refused to release the Israelites, even after witnessing plague upon plague ravaging his land. His heart was calloused, his soul sealed against mercy. It is the same with the person who enjoys seeing others suffer. They may not commit grand atrocities, but their laughter at someone's misfortune, their indifference to another's pain, their enjoyment of cruelty, this is a crack through which darkness seeps. C.S. Lewis once wrote in The Screwtape Letters that one of the greatest triumphs of the demonic is not in grand acts of violence, but in the slow, subtle corruption of the heart. When someone begins to take pleasure in harming others, whether through words or actions, they have given themselves over to the enemy's grasp. Perhaps you have noticed it, the way they speak cruelly about others behind their backs, the way they enjoy gossip that ruins reputations, the way they seem energized by discord. Evil does not always come with a knife in hand. Sometimes it comes with a whispered joke at someone else's expense, a smirk as another person falls, a dismissive shrug at another's tears. And here is the most terrifying truth. The more you allow yourself to be in the presence of such a person, the more your own soul is at risk. Darkness spreads. A callous heart is contagious. You may think, I would never become like them. But the enemy is cunning, and he erodes the soul bit by bit, until one day you find yourself laughing at things that should make you weep. So I ask you, do you see this red flag in the person beside you? Do they rejoice in evil? Do they lack compassion? If so, you are not standing next to mere bad company, you are standing next to a soul that has been touched by darkness. And you must decide, will you stay and risk your own heart growing cold, or will you step away before it is too late? Number 3, they corrupt what is pure and holy. There are those who merely sin out of weakness, and then there are those who seek to stain what is good, who delight in turning purity into filth and holiness into mockery. This is not mere rebellion, this is something far more sinister. The person next to you, if they are truly evil, will not just reject what is good, they will attempt to defile it. Have you ever noticed how they respond to innocence? Do they mock virtue? Do they scoff at those who strive to live righteously? The wicked cannot simply walk away from goodness. They must taint it, ridicule it, destroy it. It is as if they carry within them an unholy mission to twist what is sacred. This is nothing new. From the very beginning, the enemy has sought to corrupt what God has made pure. In the Garden of Eden, Satan did not merely suggest disobedience, he twisted God's words, making Eve doubt the holiness of his command. He did not just offer sin, he corrupted the perception of righteousness itself. And this is exactly what the evil-hearted do today. They take joy in shattering innocence. They lead others into temptation, not just because they themselves desire sin, but because they want to see others fall. Perhaps you have seen this. The friend who mocks purity, the colleague who sneers at faith, the companion who encourages you to compromise, little by little, making sin seem harmless, even desirable. This is not mere misguidance. This is a spirit that works against God himself. C.S. Lewis, in The Screwtape Letters, describes how demons do not always tempt through great horrors, but through small, gradual corruptions, a joke that makes sin seem amusing, a small compromise that leads to a greater fall. And the most dangerous individuals, the ones who truly serve darkness, are the ones who lead you into sin without ever appearing like villains. Let me ask you, does this person encourage you to stray from righteousness? Do they mock your convictions, telling you that holiness is outdated, unnecessary, or foolish? Do they seem eager to stain what is good? If so, then know this: you are not merely dealing with a lost soul. You are standing beside someone whose very presence works against the will of God. And if you do not guard your heart, you may find yourself dragged down with them. Number 4. They sow division and chaos wherever they go. Evil is never content with peace. Where the presence of God brings harmony, order, and unity, the work of the enemy brings discord, confusion, and strife. A person tainted by true wickedness does not merely cause occasional misunderstandings, rather, they leave a trail of destruction behind them, turning friends against one another, corrupting communities, and poisoning even the strongest of relationships. The Bible warns us against such people. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 16-19 speaks of 6 things the Lord hates, and among them is one who sows discord among brothers. Think about this for a moment. Out of all the sins listed, pride, lying, shedding innocent blood, God places sowing division among them. Why? Because the work of the devil is to separate what God has joined together. Have you ever known someone who, wherever they go, brings drama, conflict, and broken trust? Do they seem to enjoy stirring trouble, planting seeds of doubt, twisting words so that one person turns against another? These people may disguise themselves as innocent bystanders, but their true nature is revealed in the chaos that follows them. Consider this. Are you always on edge around them? Does peace seem impossible when they are involved? Do they encourage jealousy, whisper rumors, manipulate emotions, or play people against one another? This is not normal human weakness. This is a reflection of something darker. C.S. Lewis, in Mere Christianity, describes pride as the chief cause of misery in every nation and every family since the world began. And what fuels division more than pride? The evil-hearted person thrives on making themselves the center of everything, ensuring that others suffer while they remain in control. They are the ones who escalate tensions instead of resolving them, who take delight in seeing others fight, who ensure that no relationship remains intact unless it benefits them. And here is the greatest danger. If you are around them long enough, their chaos will begin to seep into your life. You may think you are merely an observer, but the enemy's work is subtle. Division spreads like a disease, and soon you may find yourself involved in conflicts that you never intended to be a part of. So I ask you, have you noticed this pattern? Do you see how, when this person is involved, peace shatters and trust dissolves? If so, then beware. You are not just dealing with a difficult personality. You are in the presence of something that seeks to undo the very order that God has established. And if you are wise, you will walk away before their poison takes root in your own heart. Number 5. They manipulate and deceive without remorse. Where God is truth, the enemy is deception. There is nothing more revealing about a truly evil person than their ability to lie, twist reality, and manipulate others for their own gain without guilt, without hesitation, without a flicker of conscience. The devil himself is called the father of lies, and those who belong to him will follow in his footsteps. Have you ever spoken with someone and felt that their words were like a web, carefully spun, designed to entangle you? Have you ever noticed how, no matter the situation, they always have a way of turning things to their advantage, of making themselves look innocent while others take the blame? This is not normal dishonesty. This is a sign of something deeper, something sinister. The wicked do not simply lie. They use lies as a weapon. They distort reality, making you question your own judgment. They manipulate emotions, using guilt and fear to control those around them. They play the victim when they are the offender, and when confronted with their deceit, they weave yet another lie to escape accountability. The Bible warns us of such people in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14-15. And no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So it is no surprise if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. Evil does not always appear as a monster. It often comes in the form of someone charming, persuasive, and seemingly kind. They speak with honeyed words. They pretend to care, but underneath it all, their heart is cold and their intentions are poisonous. C.S. Lewis, in The Great Divorce, writes about souls who have so fully embraced deception that they can no longer even recognize truth. They lie so often that they believe their own falsehoods, twisting everything to fit their narrative. And this is the true horror of the evil-hearted person. They are not merely dishonest, they are consumed by their lies. But here is the most chilling part. If you remain close to them, they will seek to control you. They will make you doubt yourself, make you question your own morality, make you compromise bit by bit until you no longer know where the truth ends and deception begins. So ask yourself, do they manipulate with ease? Do they twist the truth for their own benefit? Do they seem to have no remorse for misleading others? If the answer is yes, then be warned, you are standing in the presence of someone who serves darkness, whether they realize it or not. And the longer you stay, the more their web will close around you. Will you recognize the red flag before it is too late? Number 6, they lack genuine love, but imitate it to deceive. Evil does not create, it only corrupts. It cannot love, but it can wear love as a disguise. A truly wicked person will never possess real love, for love is from God, and one who serves darkness has cut themselves off from its source. Yet, they will often imitate love, using false affection, empty words, and calculated kindness to manipulate, control, and destroy. Have you ever encountered someone whose love felt off like a performance, rather than something sincere? Perhaps they spoke the right words, made grand gestures, and showered others with attention, but something about their presence left you feeling drained rather than uplifted. This is not love. This is an illusion crafted to deceive. True love sacrifices, but the evil-hearted person only gives when it benefits them. True love desires the good of the other, but they use kindness as a tool for manipulation. Watch closely. Do they only show affection when they want something? Do they withdraw love as a form of punishment? Do they make you feel guilty for setting boundaries, as if their love entitles them to control you? These are not the signs of a loving soul. These are the tactics of someone who knows how to mimic love, but does not possess it. Satan himself does this. He never appears as the monster he truly is. Instead, he masquerades as something good, something beautiful, something desirable, until the moment his victim is ensnared. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14 warns us, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. Likewise, the wicked person will charm, seduce, and deceive, using a counterfeit version of love to gain control over others. C.S. Lewis, in The Four Loves, speaks of how love, when twisted, can become demonic. Love that should be selfless becomes possessive. Love that should be a gift turns into a weapon. And those who serve darkness have perfected this perversion of love. They know how to make people dependent on them, how to make their victims feel as though they need them. But true love does not enslave, it sets free. So let me ask you, have you mistaken their deception for love? Have you ignored their cruelty because of the occasional moments of kindness? The most dangerous evil is not the one that is obvious. It is the one that disguises itself as good. And if you stay too long, you may find yourself bound by chains you never saw being placed upon you. The final warning is this: love without God is not love at all. If their love lacks the fruits of the Spirit, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, then what they offer is not love, but a lie. And if you recognize this red flag, you must make a choice. Will you break free, or will you remain, hoping that the illusion will somehow become real? Evil is subtle. It does not always come with fangs bared or threats shouted. It often comes with a gentle touch, a charming smile, and words that seem full of care. But beneath that disguise lies a spirit that seeks to manipulate, to corrupt, to control. If you recognize these 6 red flags, do not ignore them. Do not convince yourself that maybe they will change, or maybe you are overreacting. Scripture teaches us that wisdom is found in discernment, and ignoring the signs of evil is a dangerous mistake. The truth is, you cannot save someone who does not want to be saved. You cannot fill a heart that has chosen emptiness. The longer you remain close to evil, the more it will drain you, twist your spirit, and make you doubt what you once knew to be true. So now, you must decide, will you stay, hoping the darkness will somehow turn to light? Or will you walk away, choosing the path of truth and life? The enemy wants you to hesitate. The enemy wants you to doubt yourself. But God has given you eyes to see and ears to hear. If you have recognized these signs, He is warning you. And when God warns, it is because He is calling you to something greater. Do not stay where evil reigns. Walk away and let the light of Christ guide your path.